We've had a few different milestones on the property so far. The first one was just clearing the gate, right? Getting out to the front of the property and chainsaws, sweat equity, just figuring out where the gate is of all things, the road. Where does the road begin? Then we started widening up the trail a little bit so the trail turns into a driveway. What is the driveway going to look like? Oh, we see what the driveway is going to look like. That's really, really cool. And behind me, what you see is I'm standing at the end of the driveway. So it snakes around. In my map video, I made a video of my first idea of the property with the map, and I said in that video that it's good to document these things because it's going to change. I already know from the very beginning that what I came up with initially on the map video was not going to happen because that was all outside perspective. I didn't have enough time on the property. And of course, the biggest change from that map video is where we're putting the shop, where we're putting the house. I initially wanted a line of sight from the front door of the house down the driveway to the road so I could see when people come in and out. That was a dumb idea. I don't want that. I want privacy. I want a long driveway where people can't look into my driveway and see if I'm home. So we ended up changing from like 300 feet from the road to now we're about 1,400 feet from the road-ish, something like that. The driveway is done as far as being established. We still have to crown it, put some rock on it. Well, that's a big tree that just went down. We have to crown it and put some rock on it, obviously. But now we're starting in on clearing. This is a big day. It's a big day. Earlier today, I came out here and recorded a little video of what I was doing to actually mark out where he's cutting down or knocking down. And what we're doing is we're clearing out 2 acres for the shop. 2 acres is more land than I've ever owned, and it's in the middle of this 101 acres. 2 acres is plenty enough space to start with. Who knows how much we'll end up going, right? To start with, for a 40 by 60 shop with a 12 by 60 lean-to on one side, a spot for processing wood, processing material outside, which will also have a bandsaw mill, which will also have, I think near the bandsaw mills where we're probably going to put our shipping container and use it kind of like a, the initial idea. Again, everything changes, right? So the initial idea with the sawmill area is to use that 40-foot shipping container we already have as kind of like the back wall of the sawmill area, and then come off with some trusses to the front side to keep the sawmill under shade. And then we'll have, of course, another storage location with the actual Connex, the shipping container. So that'll be, lawn equipment, the tractor for all I know. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. That's the initial plan. And then on the other side of this 2 acres, so the 2 acres is divided into 3 zones. Zone 1 on one side is the shop. Zone 2 is the much larger zone in the middle for working and moving stuff around and all that good stuff. And then zone 3 is on the other side, and that is for material disposal, I guess you could say. We're going to have a big area for wood chipping. I think wood chipping is going to be big for us because we have some woods, We're going to be wood chipping as much as we can, as much as it makes sense to. And then there's also, basically no matter what you do, there's going to be some stuff that you just got to burn it, stumps, stuff like that just doesn't really have any value. And even if it does have a little bit of value, if the timing's not right, then you just have too much of it and you just need some stuff gone. Well, we're going to be burning. So that's the lay. The lay of the 2 acres, I guess you could say. It's going right here. His strategy with this is, we talked about this briefly. These bigger trees, these are planted pines. All of this land over here, at one point, somebody clear cut it. So at one point, it was pasture land, and then they came back and planted all these pines. So all these pines that we're taking down right here in this 2 acres, they're not natural growth anyway. None of this is natural to this particular location. So I gotta put you on a tripod. My arm is my arm's giving out. Where am I going with this? Oh, so he's knocking down all the small brush, piling it up right there. We got to get a burn pile going sooner rather than later. And then the bigger trees, we're going to try and strategically take them down. He's going to see if we can't get them pushed over, if that's the easiest way to knock them down. And if that's the case, oh, he's pushing one right now. He's trying one right now. That's a big one. Yeah, I got to get you guys on a tripod. Get some time-lapse stuff of this. All right, so if he can get these bigger pine trees down easily, then at that point, oh, one just went down. Cool, cool, cool. He's going to let me cut off the root, cut it into logs, 10-foot logs, and then we're going to try and stack as many of these logs somewhere usable to stockpile them and then use them later. What we're working with here is all large diameter pines. So, you know, nothing like super valuable like the hardwoods. And we're gonna try our best to not harvest any of the hardwoods that we don't have to at all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to a point where once we're set up, we're gonna be overflowing with wood. There's gonna be, you know, blowdowns and rot trees where we gotta, you know, harvest them to just clean up here and there. So we're gonna have plenty of material to work with. I do know near the road, unfortunately, there's no saving them. We have to get power in here, and the path that the power line will come through at the road will take out 2 really old, massive hardwood trees. I believe they're oaks. So I don't know how that little fiasco is going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to try and tackle that myself or try and get some help in here, because they're some really big trees that have a huge top to them. It's not like these pines where it's just like, I mean, you're cutting down a giant straw with these pines. Those hardwoods up at the front are like, you know, giant upside down octopuses. All right, I'm gonna shut up for a second, get you on a tripod and get a time lapse of at least of something while I'm out here. This microphone's clearly not gonna pick it up, but I can hear his radio inside that cab all the way over here. He is jamming.